welcome back to my channel, everybody. It's Kenny, aka Kenny the Land Guy. I am your favorite go-to person when it comes to learning everything about land, guys. I have been doing land for the last 6 years. Wholesaling land, flipping land, you name it, I've probably done it. When it comes to wholesaling land, I got you. In this video, I want to go over 5 common mistakes most beginner land investors make. And these are mistakes that I've made on my own as well. And I want to share that with you guys so that you can avoid these mistakes and eventually shorten the learning curve. Isn't that amazing? Wouldn't you want that? Instead of taking 7 months to get a deal, you take 2 months, you take 1 month just because, hey, you stumble upon one of Kenny's videos. That is really my main purpose for this channel. If this is your first time, please please subscribe to my channel if you like the content. Okay, guys, please like the video if you like the content, and show me some love just to make sure, just to let me know that, hey, I am doing good work out there. Okay, I really appreciate that. Like I mentioned, man, in this video, I'm gonna go over common mistakes that I've made in my land investing journey, and I want to tell you how you can avoid it. The first mistake that I have made, and this has been the mistake that has actually cost me 2 years of my life, okay? I got aware of wholesaling land in 2018, but I didn't get my first deal until 2020. And then you might be wondering, man, how does it take somebody 2 years to get one deal? Okay, well, all right, man, enough on me, okay? Enough on me, go easy on me, all right? I will say that it wasn't a full 2 years. I was very on and off. I did it for the first 6 months. Then I kind of got discouraged. Then I gave up. You have to understand kind of my background a little bit, all right? I wasn't always like a competitive, oh my God, I'm gonna go crush it. I wasn't a very outgoing person. I was more of a reserved person. I was more of a shy, timid kid. I didn't really like to talk to people. I accidentally made friends, okay? A lot of things was just because it just happened. It wasn't because I wanted it to happen. And so when I made the decision to actually go into wholesaling land, or no, I didn't even know about wholesaling land at first, all right? So you guys actually having a source of information for wholesaling land, that on its own is valuable, because nobody was talking about this 4 or 5 years ago, all right? It's just now becoming mainstream, basically. When I first got introduced to wholesaling, I got introduced to wholesaling houses. So I was like, yes, I'm gonna flip a house without even owning it, and I'm gonna make $10,000, and I'm gonna quit my job, I'm gonna go fire my boss. Yeah, like he ain't gonna be able to say nothing. I just made 10 grand. So I was very excited. I was very excited when I learned about the concept of it all. And that made me, like, basically, when I heard about it, I was like, yo, this is exactly what I wanna do. So I followed this journey, I followed this path to wholesaling houses, and it wasn't bringing me any results, all right? So I was defeated for such a very long time. I thought it was impossible for me, and it was just very, very frustrating, man. I was like, I'm doing the thing they're telling me to do. I'm just not seeing the money. I don't see the money. Show me the money. Anyways, just, all right, that was just, just a side note. But on the real note, guys, it took me a long time to get my first deal, and the reason why it took me so long to get my first deal was, 1, because I didn't have my marketing dialed in, all right, and 2, I was in the wrong markets. So both of those, I would combine them into one thing. If you're in the wrong market, doing the wrong marketing, you're not gonna get the results that you want, all right? I was wholesaling houses, and in the market that I was wholesaling houses in, it was very, very, very competitive, and not a lot of product, not a lot of houses that could be considered a wholesale product, right? Most of the houses are nice houses, they sell on the market, all of that good stuff. So I was doing cold calling. I wasn't even doing direct mail at the time. I was doing cold calling. I was doing bandit signs, and I was doing like flyers. I was like very, very old school because I didn't really have that much money, right? I was still working a minimum wage job, being a server at a restaurant, and earning like $2-3 grand a month if I was lucky. I didn't really have a lot of money to really spend on marketing, all right? And a lot of my money went towards coaching, so I even had less money to spend on marketing. So I was going the cheap way, which was cold calling and bandit signs, because they're like, okay, those are one of the least expensive methods. Now that I'm in it for a long time, they can be expensive, but I wasn't very consistent. Okay, I wasn't very consistent with putting out my bandit signs every single month, or every single weekend. I was supposed to put out my bandit signs, go out there and put it on. I wasn't very consistent with making calls every single day. I didn't have a lot of money to spend on marketing, so cold calling, spending $500, $600, $700 a month just on cold calling was a lot for me. And for me to be able to have that money to spend, I had to work a lot. So I was working a lot, and you know, when you're working a server, you're working the night shift. So most of the time I'll come in, you know, like 4 p.m., leave at like 10, 11 p.m., and I'll be just exhausted because I'm standing and running around all day. So the next day I'm waking up late, and I wasn't consistent with calling every single day, right? Because then on top of that, like, I'm facing rejection, I have to go back, I have to go to work. It was a lot. So I think that was really one of the main reasons I didn't get my first deal. The second also is the market that I was in. It was very, very competitive. And for some reason, for the life of me, I didn't think, oh, hey, let's go do a different market. I was like, no, I'm going to find a deal in this market. I don't care how, I was just very stupid, very dumb. All right. So what can you take from this? I will say you should be able to learn your market, understand the type of market that you're in. And if it's very competitive, go to a different market. And especially with land, it can be very, very virtual. You don't have to be in that market, right? That's what's so beautiful about land. All right, so dial in your marketing, be consistent, and on top of that, choose the right market. The second reason why most investors fail is because they don't follow up with their leads, all right? And this was a very common mistake that I was making, and part of the mistake is you don't even know if it's a good lead or not. You don't know if that's a deal or if it's not, and I completely understand. And that's the reason why I wasn't following up on my deals, on my leads, because I didn't know if that was a deal or not. I didn't have any buyers. I didn't have nobody telling me, oh, this is a good deal, this is a bad deal. I was scared to share my deals with other people because I didn't want them to steal it. So I was just going at it blindly. I was generating all these people showing interest, making all these offers, these low offers, and that was it, right? I would get in contact with them. They will say yes, they're interested, make an offer, and then if they reject the offer, that's it. That was the end of the conversation right there. When in reality, I should have followed up. I should have said, hey, you know, in 2 weeks, in a month, let me call you back. Let me see where your head is at. Let's see if anything changes. Let me see if I can improve my offer. I wasn't doing any of that. So if you guys aren't doing that, I will highly suggest you add that. You make sure that you're very consistent with your leads, because you may have just caught them at the wrong time. All right, you following up with them puts you ahead of 99% of people, because 99% of people are going to do exactly what I was doing, where they will just make the offer once. Once the seller rejects, they will just never contact that person again and try to get a new lead. No, keep those in your books, keep those in your records. Call them every once in a while. See if anything changes. So that's what I wasn't doing. The third thing I wasn't doing enough was I wasn't making enough offers, all right? And the reason I wasn't making enough offers was because I didn't even know what to offer, so I was scared of offering too low. And sometimes I would offer too low and I would get rejected, and I would not even offer anymore. I wouldn't offer to the next lead because I'm like, man, they're just gonna reject it. Guys, here is the formula, okay? Market, get leads, make offers. That part is so important, okay? And then follow up on the offers, right? You want to add that in there. But you market, you get leads, you make offers. The more offers you make, the more statistically you have a higher chance of getting a deal, right? It's just the law of averages. If you make 100 offers, you're most likely gonna get one accepted. Like, you're just gonna, there's somebody there that's gonna say, you know what, yes, let's do it. Okay, so don't be afraid of making offers. And this was what my mentor was telling me as well, because I was telling him, I'm like, hey man, I'm doing all of this work, I'm getting all these leads, I'm talking to all these people, but I'm not getting a deal. He was like, how many offers did you make? And I'm like, well, I made like 5 in a month, like, you know. And he was like, talk to me when you make 100 offers. And I was like, I didn't understand it at the time, but now I understand. It's like, when you really think about the people that we are working with, the people that we're dealing with, these are a very small percentage of the population, a very small percentage of sellers. All right, most sellers want market value. Most sellers want the most for their property. Okay, so you're aiming for like the 2 to 3% that are in distress. So that means you just have to produce enough to where that number works in your favor, right? If you make 20 offers, you're probably gonna get one accepted, all right? Just based on the law of averages. So don't get discouraged if you're making offers, everybody's rejecting your offer. Don't get discouraged. Understand that everything in real estate is negotiable, so you can be able to negotiate that offer. And if you make an offer and it's like low or something, you can be able to come back and make a higher offer. There's nothing wrong with that. So don't be afraid of making offers. Make multiple offers if the deal is good enough. The fourth thing that most people are doing that just is ruining the chances of success is trying to make bad deals work. Oh my goodness, I can go on this forever. But before I continue, guys, if you are interested in working with me one-on-one and you want to get your first deal in the next 30 to 60 to 90 days, guys, check out the link in the description, sign up for a consultation with me, and let's see how I can be able to help you achieve your goals. All right, if you're serious about moving to the next step, if you're serious about achieving your real estate goals in 2025, allow me the opportunity to be of help for you. Anyways, back to the video. Guys, this is so crucial, okay? Everybody thinks that all that matters is getting the deal. No, man, you have to get a good deal, okay? You locking up a property by offering full market value is not something that you should be excited about. It's not something that should be celebrated. All right, when you really think about it, we're investors. We don't offer market value. You can go and offer market value to every single seller and they will accept it, but that does not mean that you're going to be getting paid. All right, are you following me? Stop trying to make bad deals work. If the seller is asking for market value, you need to have enough comprehension of the market to realize, hey, this is a bad deal for an investor. I shouldn't be getting into this deal no matter how bad I want to get the deal. Because you're going to be wasting your time, you're going to be wasting their time, you're going to be wasting everybody's time. Please, listen to me when I'm telling you this. It's better to have no deals than to have a bad deal, because you're going to be just frustrated. You're going to be doing most of the work, by the way. Do you realize that? All the calls that you're going to be getting on that deals, they're going to be making offers that are less. And that's going to frustrate you because you don't have that margin in the deal, right? And so you're going to think, oh man, this doesn't work. Oh, and then you're going to get all these biases, but that's because you're locking up bad deals. Focus on under market value properties. If you focus on getting deals at under market value and selling it at a little bit still under market value, you will find success. All right, we are in the investment business, so everybody that wants to work with us wants to get it at a discount, and that's literally why we are so valuable, because we find discounted real estate. And that leads me to the last but not least, focusing too much on acquisitions. Guys, when you really understand this full business, the full cycle of this business, you will realize that there's multiple different aspects of it. You have acquisitions, you have dispositions, you have the title work and all of that stuff. It's important to focus on both acquisitions and dispositions. 45% acquisitions, 45% dispositions, 10% title work. You're following up with the title company, make sure that the deal is going through, make sure the buyers are in line, making sure everything is still going smooth. But once you get that deal under contract, you have to focus on selling that deal, all right? That's like immediately your next go-to. Oh my gosh, I just got a deal under contract. Okay, let me sell it. Who can I sell it to? How can I sell this? What can I do to sell this land? And now it's your job to sell that. And that is how you bring value to the seller, and that's how you bring value to the marketplace, right? You have this deal on the contract. It's your job now to sell this deal for a higher price than what you got it for, right? So most people focus too much on getting the deal, right? They focus too much on getting the deal, but they don't focus on on selling the deal. Who's gonna buy? Is this a good deal for people to buy? Is it at a good price? Am I doing everything I can to sell the deal? They're not doing that. So you focusing on both of them, you're gonna have more success than somebody who's just focusing on trying to get the deal, on getting the deal, and leaving dispositions hanging, right? Because then at that point, like, you're literally missing half of the puzzle, right? You're not gonna be able to put it together. So these are the 5 common mistakes that I know that people were making. I know that I was making these deals up front myself, and as I gained more knowledge, as I gained more experience, I was able to learn how to be able to put all the pieces together in a very sync way, all in sync. What is a synchronological way? Whatever, guys. I didn't go to school. I didn't go to college. But that's the common mistakes I see most real estate investors make. And even with land, it's the same thing, right? The process is exactly the same thing, just a different product. So you're most likely making these. If you find yourself making any one of these 5, take a mental note of that, and now take into account what I had explained to you, how you can be able to solve it. Well, I hope you like this video. Remember, this is Kenny, aka Kenny the Land Guy, man. I am your to-go land goat. Okay, all right. Let me not fluff myself up, man. But I'm a to-go person when it comes to land. I've been doing this for full 5 years, full time. All right, my first deal made me $2,000, $2,500. I quit, went into it full time, and here I am, baby. 5-6 years later, we're still grinding, we're still going strong, even through the ups and downs, because there's always ups and downs. But if you like this content, man, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. I love seeing you more often, as you're going to be seeing me more often, and I'm trying to help you achieve your goals. Let me know down below in the comments, what's the number one thing you've learned from this video? What's the one common mistake that you've made, that you are even currently making, that you're going to change? Let me know down below. And if you're interested in my one-on-one, schedule a one-on-one consultation with me, and let's talk, let's chat, let's see how we can be in business together, man. Until the next time, Kenny out.